This is a Disaster Debaters special presentation of Darkness Debaters with Mandy and Brandy. We are bringing unsolved true crime straight into your ears to dance in your imagination. Lock your doors, check the windows, pull your blanket up tight, and bring your detective skills. These cases represent the dark side of human nature and have eluded justice far too long. But maybe tonight we can cast light where darkness dwells. These topics are intended for mature audiences only, and viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome back to Darkness Debaters, everybody. Family. Our friends and family. We call you guys friendly because that's what you are. I'm Mandy.
And I'm Brandy.
And we're lagging just a little bit, so bear with us because the storms are still coming in. They're supposed to be real bad this weekend, and the internet is doing its internet thing where it's not really running all that great. But we have got to get this case to you guys, the theories. Part 2 is all about the theories and what people think happened to Angie, suspects they think may have done it. Do you want to start off with Marvin and explain that whole thing, and I will put him on the screen?
Yeah. So I can start with police. Yeah. Right. So there were 2 cases that the police believe were similar to Angie's disappearance around the same time that this happened. The first being the case of Trudy Darby. She was a night clerk at a convenience store in the nearby town of Max Creek, Missouri. She was closing up for the night, and she had called her son and let him know that there were 2 strange men circling the parking lot. And she thought it was strange. He shows up about 10 minutes later, and she's gone. All that's left behind is her car, her purse, her coat, and there's $200 missing from the cash register there at the store. They did end up finding her body in a nearby riverbed about 2 days later. The next case involved Cheryl Kinney. She went missing in early February of 1991. She too was working at a convenience store. And she was closing up. The janitor that left just shortly before Cheryl left and locked up said there was a strange man in the store lingering around. Cheryl walked out at 10 p.m. and triggered the store alarm at 10:17 p.m. And that was the last anybody knew of her whereabouts. She's never been found. Her car remained in the parking lot. And her case remains unsolved to this day. Later on, the police.
How far, just real quick question. How far away was the second case from Angie? Do you know off the top of your head?
Don't know, but I do know both cases were less than 100 miles away from Angie. Both cases.
Okay.
I don't know exact
Yeah.
mileage.
So just right around the corner, honestly.
Yeah, it could, yes, a couple hours drive.
Yeah.
There was a young man named Jesse Rush and his half brother. His half brother was named Marvin Chaney. Jesse did a lot of talking, and he admitted to friends of his that they were responsible for the Trudy Darby murder. So one of those friends turned them in, and they brought Jesse in, and he admitted to police that they were responsible for Trudy Darby's murder. Marvin Chaney denied any involvement. He tried to say that he was at home with his wife and kids, and his wife gave him an alibi for a little while, but she eventually came forward with the truth and said that she was not with him that night. They both ended up pleading guilty to Trudy's murder and were sentenced to prison. Now, like I said, Jesse did a lot of talking. And in his time in jail, he admitted to other inmates that there were 2 other women that they disposed of in rural Missouri, but he never named any names. And police think the similarities between Angie's disappearance and these other crimes could lead these 2 guys to them. The unfortunate thing, though, is Marvin Chaney passed away in prison in 2017. So he is not able to speak with authorities anymore. And the not being able to find Cheryl's body and Angie kind of makes it hard to tie these 2 individuals to both these cases.
Right. Yeah, with no body, it's really hard to have evidence like that. And I mean, to me, the sketches, and you can see on here, this is Marvin and the police sketch of Angie's abductor. I can see a lot of similarities there. I do.
Yes.
You know, in all the accounts that I saw, when her abductor is described, he's described as having like a mustache or a beard, but I haven't seen a sketch of him that has a mustache or a beard.
Yeah, that's strange.
So that right there, it's a huge discrepancy and a huge, like, that's the biggest difference I see between the sketch and Marvin's mugshot. Honestly, is that right there. Aside from those 2, and it could be just a case where Jesse is trying to make himself sound big, tough, and bad. You know, there have been those cases where people would cop to other things, especially if they had already been found guilty of something like murder and they're serving the rest of their life anyway, so it doesn't matter. They, try to make the other inmates think that they're big, bad, and tough, and they've done all these other crimes, and come to find out it was not true. It's happened a lot before, or, well, I don't want to say a lot, but it's happened that we know about it. There was also another theory that they weren't even after Angie, that it was a case of mistaken identity. I'm going to put up on screen and read this letter. This was a letter that was sent to a police informant who had a daughter named Angie. And police had a theory that that Angie Hammond was not the intended target, that it was the police informant's daughter. And you'll see on the screen where the bars are marked out. They used their number, like the informant number they have, like 47. So it would, where 47 is not the number. That's just what I'm filling in for the purpose of reading this. So it says, hello, number 47. We know who you are, number 47. People like you deserve what you get. We know where your foxy daughter is at. She will see us soon. And then this is another, this is the daughter's name, the police informant's daughter's name. She has the wife. That's the wife's name. Tell your wife she has our deepest sympathy in her further loss. Goodbye, 47. So police kind of wonder if they took Angie by mistake.
Yeah.
Because this note was sent to the police informant on April 4th of 1991 to the informant.
The
His
night
wife was mentioned. His daughter's also named Angela. All right, and there's another theory too that some people have mentioned over the years that they think could have happened. There's a serial killer by the name of Larry Dewayne Hall, and some people have said that he's responsible for Angie. He had kidnapped and murdered at least 40 women. I can't remember the exact number, but there's people who speculate because he was a Civil War reenactor and he traveled the country and he was in the Clinton area when Angie was abducted. I don't think there has ever been anything really conclusive to link him to Angie. I don't think there's and if you look at his mugshot, and I'll link his Wikipedia page here. I'm not going to share the photos of him due to licensing issues, but I will share the link to his Wikipedia page if you guys want to look him up. His mugshot looks nothing like, he doesn't look anything like Cheney, and he doesn't look anything like the sketch. So I really don't think it's him. But there's a few people. And if you're listening to this right now and you think he did, and there is maybe something I've missed or that we've missed that we don't know about why you think that, please let us know, because we want to look at every single angle. And keeping with that spirit too, if there is a case that you know of that does not get attention, that it is a little known case, it's a cold case, it's unsolved, please let us know, because we want to research it. If you're out there and you have been affected, if you have a cold case in your family that you feel does not get enough attention or has not gotten enough attention, we would love to talk to you if you know your story. We want to get these people's names, their pictures, and their stories out there because we want them to be found. We want these cases to be closed. We are done with all the cold cases. We are done with unsolved mystery kind of stories going on where we don't know what happened to these people. They deserve answers. We deserve answers. You deserve answers. So if there's anything, let us know in the comments. What are your theories? What happened to Angela and why? That's the big thing. Why? Why do you think someone would hurt her? Why do you think this could have possibly happened? And let us know what your theories are. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe. That is the best way to support us in our journey to bring you more cold cases and hopefully shed light where darkness dwells.
Yes. That's the whole point of Darkness Debaters.
Absolutely. You got any closing thoughts about Angie? We're going to start a brand new case. When you see this next time, we're going to be talking about a brand new case.
I do. I just want to leave everybody with final thoughts. It's been almost 35 years Angie and Rob should have been married for almost 35 years now. Their baby should have made them grandparents by now. They should be happily settled wherever they are supposed to have been settled and living life happily. If you know who drove that truck, if you know somebody by the description that Angie gave Rob that night on the payphone, if you know anything, any little detail would not be too small, call the Clinton, Missouri Police Department and let them know. Let's bring Angie home for everybody. Let's shine some light on her cold, dark case. Let's
absolutely
bring her home.
Yeah. There's not a detail that's too small. I have heard before police waited for a detail as small as he had on a red tie before they could blow a case wide open. They had to find out whether or not the red tie was relevant, and they had to wait till a witness came forward and said, I think that guy had a red tie. And that was the clue that busted the entire case. So there is no such thing as a clue that's irrelevant. Yes. If it's the truth and it pertains to that case, it's relevant. It doesn't matter if it was what color his underwear are or whether or not he wears boxers or briefs. It's relevant, because I guarantee you they're sitting there looking at something saying, if we just knew that he wore Fruit of the Loom underwear, we could blow this case wide open. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's all relevant, and it all helps in getting answers for families and getting people home where they deserve.
Yes.
But I think that's going to do it for us this time. Thank you so much for everybody for the support, the encouragement, the comments, the messages. We really appreciate you guys. We look forward. This is going to be a great journey, and we look forward to it with our family. And so that's going to do it for Darkness Debaters today. I'm Mandy.
And I'm Brandy.
And we're signing off. We'll see you guys next time. Be safe out there.
Bye.